Hello everyone, this is Jin. My name is Hare. Welcome to visit my LinkedIn. This is my LinkedIn URL. Thank you for your time watching my second automation testing plan. Let's get started with summary. This video is designed to show how to handle radio button drop-down lists in Selenium WebDriver with Python for web app testing. From technical, you will see how to read a session ID from a text file, how to instantiate class, how to inherit class, how to set a constructor to initialize an instance of a class in order to avoiding from changes of UI. This time, a configuration file is introduced to save all of XPath, name, ID of elements. This script is doing this. Launch Firefox browser, open form. If you watch the first video I made, you will know we are using the same form. From here, we get a session ID from a text file. That's meaning in the previous video, user logged in the form already by saving a session ID for concurrent running. You can watch my first video from this link. Next step, we go to the user console panel, board preference, edit global settings. We check the current radio status firstly, then to enable the unselected radio button. Here you will see how to instantiate class with constructor. For drop-down lists, you will see how to get drop-down list option count, how to see drop-down list options into a CSV file. Next step, we go to edit posting defaults. Here to inherit the class enabling radio button. That's meaning we use the above test step. Last step is exit from browser. We still use the Python, Selenium WebDriver, and the Firefox browser. Now we go to the script to see how it works. Let me show you my idea step by step. Firstly, it will open this form. We go to the web to see, this is the form and this is the SID. So the SID is always automatically generated by a user logging the form. So I save this SID into a text file. In another script, there is the piece code to save the SID. Here is the piece code to get the SID, and then I save it into a SID text file. Now I want to run a other script concurrently with the same SID. So I open the SID text file and read the file to get the SID, so that the driver can open the form with the SID. Next, the user will click User Control Panel, Board Preference. From here, I want to show how to use the config file to get the element. We open the code. I show the normal way. This is the normal way. If we want to get the element, we just put the value in the code. Let's say this is find the element by CSS selector. Now I use the config file. There has two parameters should be given. Where it save it? I open the config file here. You will see this is the form. So this is the section form. Then this is the flag. CSS button. We see, this is the flag. So the value is saved here. The value could be a CSS selector, the ID, or the name, or the XPath. So we use this way to find the element we want from the website. That meaning once the website has some UI changes, we just directly go to the config to change these values. No need in the code to make modifications step by step. So after that, we will make a modification for the drop-down list. I use the My Time Zone. Give you example how to get the drop-down list and save it into a CS file. Okay, we go back to the code. Here is the piece of code. Find the element ID first. Then we get the element ID time zone option list. Then we open a file and we use the for loop to get the each text. Then we save it into this file. So we can get all the text for the time zone drop-down list. After that, you can use this text in other script, or you just make a verification. This option is correct or not according to the requirement. When you want to select a option of them, you can use the select by index. This is a number. You can give a fixed number. Also, you can give a range. Okay. Next, it will make a modification for the radio button. Let's say if the current radio button is yes, it will change to no. If it is no, it changes to yes. So for this, I write a separately class and function. We go back to the code to see. Here I have a separate file, check radio. So I need the driver and a configure in this file. Then I make a function which checks the current radio status and then do a changes. So I can repeat to use this function. This is a parent class. After that, I write a separately class to reuse this radio button. Changes code. So here is my child class. So it imports the check radio, then make a constructor. Here you can see it directly called the select radio. It is from the check radio function select radio. So in this file, it is easy to read. Then we go to the main file. We make a instantiate. Yeah, here it is. We give the driver and configure. So this is the ID post. Get the driver and configure. Then it passes to the check radio. Yeah, so that's all for the code part. Now we run the code. I close this. Yeah, it starts to run. You see it opens this form with this as ID. Now it go to user control panel to make edit global setting. Current is yes, no, yes, no. Now it make changes. And save it. Then it go to the edit posting default. It also makes these changes and submit. Okay, so this is everything. We go back to the code. We see how we use this SID after instantiate. This is the edit post. We see how it works. Here, edit post update. So where is my update? It's here. Yeah, that's all. Thank you so much.